Welcome to this section where you will learn about the capabilities of AWS CloudWatch with respect to monitoring your serverless applications. So in this collection of videos, we will be looking at exploring AWS CloudWatch, understanding what it is, the pricing and what you get with the free tier, and also what you need to set up to use it. We'll then move on to looking at gathering of statistics for your Lambda functions. Invoke your Lambda functions a number of times to generate some data. We'll then look at the monitoring tab within the Lambda function configuration, move on to looking at the logging capability within CloudWatch. We'll then configure a metric and then build a simple dashboard to monitor your Lambda functions. And then in the final video, we will set up a CloudWatch alarm to notify you when the Lambda errors occur so you know when to investigate the problems. Welcome to this video where we will introduce AWS's monitoring and logging system, CloudWatch. We will explain what AWS CloudWatch is as a feature and what information it can provide the DevOps team with. We'll then go over the pricing model and explain what you can do in the free tier. And then finally we will look at what you need to do in order to set up your system to be able to use CloudWatch. So what is AWS CloudWatch? AWS CloudWatch provides a lot of features that work across the AWS platform. This course is focused on AWS Lambdas and building Lambda functions and other serverless features in AWS. So we'll only really cover things around this. So AWS's CloudWatch provides a number of different capabilities. So from logging, think here your application logs that you're probably using in your systems, but from a Lambda's perspective. So anything that's pushed to a logger or the console within your Lambda functions will appear in this log file, and it helps you debug your applications when they're not working correctly. The next thing that they provide is metric capability. So it allows you to set up and monitor various metrics around your Lambda functions, like the number of invocations, errors, the duration that your Lambdas are running for, etc. You can also monitor database access on your DynamoDB, API gateway calls, and then you can then graph these values. With events, this functionality allows you to respond to changes within your AWS platform. So you could trigger a Lambda function to perform an operation such as a backup or update DNS entries with an EC2 instance when that moves into the running state, for example. And then with alarms, you can use these to monitor your Lambda functions using a particular metric in AWS and then perform a particular operation on that metric when it reaches a value. These operations could be things like EC2 actions, auto-scaling, send a notification, etc. And we'll be doing that later in one of the videos where we will set up an alarm such that if your Lambda function errors, then you'll be notified via email. And then finally, AWS CloudWatch provides a great dashboard system for you to be able to sort of create various different metrics, graphing, showing you specific values, and you can build them up all in one single dashboard page to display on a screen in your office. So how much does all of this cost then? Well, the good thing is, from the free tier perspective, whilst you're getting up and running, you do actually get quite a bit of capability and functions out of the box. So you can have 3 dashboards and 50 metrics each month. Basic monitoring metrics run around sort of a 5-minute frequency for EC2 instances, EBS volumes, etc. You can get 10 metrics for detailed monitoring and also sort of 10 alarms and 1 million API requests each month. There's also an allowance for 5 gigabytes of data ingestion and 5 gigabytes of archive storage per month at no additional charge. When you actually move outside of that free tier, the page that's linked here will give you much more detail in terms of what things cost, and it will be things like a dashboard would cost you $3 a month, one configured alarm would be 10 cents per alarm per month. So what do you need to be able to use these then? The setup is quite straightforward, and for the examples that we've produced in this course, we've already been using one of the roles, which is the AWS Lambda basic execution role. And this already has sufficient permissions in order to be able to log to CloudWatch. So if we actually look into that AWS Lambda basic execution role, you'll see there that there is a CloudWatch logs with write access permission against it. So this is what gives you the capability and the permission to be able to write to CloudWatch logs. So if you were creating sort of custom roles for your system, then you would need to sort of find those CloudWatch logs and CloudWatch permissions. You'd need to add those to your role, and then you'd have access to the CloudWatch capability. So if we quickly go into one of the Lambda functions, going to generate shortcode, you can see on the right-hand side of your Lambda function, Amazon CloudWatch logs. So these are the permissions that your Lambda function has with the other parts of the AWS system. And then if we go back into services and into IAM, then we go into roles. If you then go into AWS Lambda Basic Execution Role, and within here you can see CloudWatch logs is there as a permission against that particular role.